Hey guys, so it looks like I have another full plot video for you. This time it's going to be Wonder Woman 1984. So it starts off with Diana as a child in Themyscira, competing in what looks like their version of the Olympics. She attempts to cheat to win, and then Antiope pulls her aside and says not to take the easy way out. We cut to the mid-80s. Diana heads to the local mall to stop some criminals who are in the middle of stealing ancient artifacts. I don't really know why there's artifacts in a mall, unless there's like some kind of store. I don't know. After she defeats them, we are introduced to Barbara Minerva. Yeah, Kristen Wiig, bitch. She's an expert who has been brought in to identify the artifacts that were stolen. At first, Barbara seems to be very clumsy and pretty much invisible to everybody around her, except for Diana, who she becomes fast friends with. Diana finds Barbara examining a strange stone that grants the wishes of whoever holds it. After they mess around with it a little bit, Diana wishes to have Steve Trevor back. Aw, Steve! The next day, after a long night of thinking, Barbara finally wishes to be more like Wonder Woman, and suddenly her clumsiness is gone, and people start noticing her. Then we meet Max Lorde, a wealthy businessman who invites them to a party he's having. He learns of the powers of the stone, and steals it from Barbara after he seduces her. Diana gets followed around by a guy at the party, claiming to know her, and then eventually she finds out that it is Steve Trevor in someone else's body. So to us, it looks like Steve Trevor, but to everybody else it's just this random guy. Lorde wishes to possess the power of the stone, and then he absorbs it, with the actual stone falling to ash. It's here that we learn that in order to have a wish granted, the stone takes something in exchange. Diana and Steve confront Barbara, and she tells them she gave Lorde the stone. Lorde sends people after them, and then Steve attempts to fly away in a jet that they find, which Diana turns invisible. Wow, they're actually doing it. I was wondering when they were going to include the invisible jet. So Lorde wishes for more oil for his lands and constructs a wall to keep out his enemies, which basically starts a war between them. And this is around mid-80s, so I think it's the Cold War, or something like that. I think it ties into the Cold War somehow. As Diana is tracking Lorde, she realizes that she starts to feel more pain than she used to, and that her wishing Steve Trevor back is making her lose her powers. She dons the Golden Eagle armor, forged from other Amazonian women's armor, which makes her twice as strong. Lorde goes to Washington to meet with the president, granting his wish for nukes to use against Russia. Great. Then Lorde concocts a plan to broadcast himself all over the world so that he can grant a bunch of wishes all at once, stealing energy from all the people who wish. Diana confronts Lorde, but is intercepted by Barbara, who has wished to become an apex predator and has transformed into the comic-accurate Cheetah. They have an intense battle, and Cheetah is nearly electrocuted to death. With the Cold War about to kick off, Steve tells Diana that she has to sacrifice him just to stop Lorde. So she says her heartfelt goodbye, and then tracks Lorde once again, who has basically become a god now. He taunts her about losing Steve, and then she tells him that she used a lasso of truth to convince everybody in the world to stop making wishes. Lorde finally realizes that his actions have put his son in jeopardy, and it almost cost him everything. He finally gives up the power of the stone, returning Cheetah and everything else back to normal. So it looks like this movie will be amazing. I'm glad they actually used Cheetah finally. I didn't know they were going to turn her full Cheetah. I thought she was just going to wear like some outfit. I mean, there are variations of her throughout the comics and stuff, but they actually like turned her ass into like a cheetah Animorph style. Alright. Well, I'm not sure about Max Lorde though. I've never really heard of him. You know, I guess he's a big part of the Wonder Woman comics, and he had like some sort of power in the comics and stuff like that. So I guess they're tying in all these storylines. I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to see what Wonder Woman actually is like when it comes out in June. See you then.